Dak Prescott was phenomenal. And you could make the case that's the best game he's ever played. Sure, he's thrown for more yards. As a matter of fact, his last 4 full games, he's thrown 450 yards, 472 yards, 502 yards, and then last night, 403 yards. He is playing phenomenal football. This one, however, was not only in the house of the defending champs. In ordinary circumstances, when they're raising the banner, your opponent is, and you're the team that's in the house that night, kind of a tough assignment. On top of it, you're coming back from your leg being smashed into pieces, carted off last year. And on top of all of it, you get the largest piece of pie that Jerry Jones has ever given out to anybody.
Money.
$40 million a year on average to Dakota Prescott, coming off of his leg being smashed into pieces. And how many people are like, he doesn't deserve it? What's he done? He hasn't done anything. Yeah, he got him in the playoffs once. Okay. Who is he? He's Dakota friggin' Prescott is what he is. What a performance last night. Because Zeke was being shut down, and you could see the Cowboys basically gave up on handing it off to him. And it's like, okay, Dak, you go. Because, yes, the Tampa defense weakness is on the back end. And, boy, did they exploit it. And Amari Cooper, $139. CeeDee Lamb, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns for Coop, a touchdown for Lamb, who looks terrific. But Dak was making all the throws, too. Took a couple bad sacks. Every quarterback does that. Mm-hmm. But for any Dallas Cowboy fan that was wondering 2 things. 1, is he hurt in a way that he won't come back the way that he was?
Nope.
Well, get rid of that doubt. And is he worth every penny Jerry Jones is paying him?
Every cent.
Oh, yes. That was an elite quarterback that showed up in Tampa, Florida last night in a game where it was all on his shoulders. And he's back after putting his leg back together. And he has the pressure of that fat monster contract being thrown on him or given to him. But thrown on him is a way that you could say it because it is a weighty responsibility. How many star athletes have been given that amount of money in a position that's the toughest to play, not only in their sport, but maybe all team sports, and for a team where that's the weightiest position, period, because of who's come before him and what's expected of him now. Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback. Dak Prescott was phenomenal last night. And Cowboys fans, yeah, you know, there were some play calls where it's just like, go for it. And yeah, the kicker missed this and the kicker missed that. And the defense was susceptible. I mean, they did get their takeaways, but you got to put the points on the board and turn it around. And, you know, is the pass rush going to be there? There's some question marks. But it looked a heck of a lot better last night than it did in the 4 games they had with Dak. And Dak was terrific. He answered every question. It was awesome to see for somebody that's worthy of you rooting for him. Incredible. You got to feel good, TJ.
Yeah.
Check the boxes.
Yeah.
Can he play under pressure? Can he play under pressure with this contract? Can he come back and look the way that he can or did? Yes, yes, and yes. Against Tampa. Playing the way that they did last night. Brady playing the way that he did last night. And there is much that has been made about Zeke's touches. Mm-hmm. There were just 13 of them. To me, that's at least 7 to 10 shy of what's necessary. You know, the Cowboys should go to sleep the night before a game saying, you know, or writing a note in their pocket like Kevin Costner had in draft day and take it out. 20 touches for Zeke.
No matter what.
No matter what. The problem is last night they ran into a grown-ass man.
Bro.
David
And I'm
Wiley.
not talking about Levante David, who is one.
Yeah.
He was.
Or Devin White, who is one.
He was
Or
one.
Jason Pierre-Paul, who is one.
There's a lot of them.
Or Ndamukong Suh, who is one. I'm referring to Vita Vea in the middle of that defensive line, who was throwing
A grown ass man.
many people out of the club last night. He was bouncing last night. And the velvet ropes were Raymond James Stadium. That is a grown ass man.
Yes, sir.
He was.
And the reason why, I don't know if Cowboys fans should reason why Cowboys fans should ease up on no offensive pass interference despite seeing the extension of the hands is that came on a 3rd and 16 that really should have been 3rd and 26 because Vea was held. Veda was, when I'm talking about the 3rd and 16 that was for the Cowboys that they used to get Zerline to kick the go-ahead field goal. Should have been 3rd and 26 because Vea was held on that play too.
I didn't see that.
Oh, yes, he was. You could say he was held on every damn play.
Vita Vea is a
And he was
grown ass
incredible.
man.
Stopping the run on the way to the quarterback and blowing it all up. And the fact that Prescott still had 403 yards against those people
They
is
were
another
coming.
reason
The
why
Wolves
the
were
Cowboys
coming.
should feel good.
I don't think
That guy is amazing. And then they had the
That's right.
gall
And
to put
Brian,
him in fullback.
The audacity.
I mean,
Yeah, that's enough. Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up here, guys. Wake up. You know what? I hate to do this. But I'm going to call you out, Joseph Collin. Joseph Collin, you know what? I agree with you on some things, okay? You say the offensive line gave up only 1 sack, which is true. But I'm going to hold up. But I'm going to say Tyler Badish, who was going against Vita Vea and crew and stuff, ended up having not the greatest of games. Gave it up 2 quarterback hits, 5 hurries, and 7 pressures from the middle of the field. There was a lot of times you saw literally, I just saw like an arm in a crowd that's going through and passing the football. I agree. The Cowboys are 1-4 in the red zone. True. I'll give you that. But I'm going to say you done gone through all of these things, but what I have not heard you say in this whole thing is a kicker missed an extra point and a chip shot field goal, okay? I'll give him on the 60-yarder because we shouldn't have been going for the 60-yarder. I haven't heard you say shit about that. I haven't heard you say shit about the fact that we had 3 possessions that started inside of the 6-yard line because our special teams didn't do the job. I didn't hear you say anything about Anthony Brown, who was targeted 10 times, gave up 9 completions, got owned by Antonio Brown, okay? And 134 yards, including 3 big plays. I didn't hear you say a damn thing about the bullshit-ass no call at the end of the game either. If you're going to call shit, make sure you give the whole goddamn picture. I am so sick of this bullshit-ass ESPN, we're going to
can take numbers and skew them any way we want. We often can take numbers and we'll fit them into the narrative that we want to try and paint. And I probably am guilty of this. Can take numbers and skew them any way we want. We often can take numbers and we'll fit them into the narrative that we want to try and paint.
Because that, my friends, is exactly what you are doing right there. That's what you're doing. Oh, the red zone offense. Oh, the Cowboys couldn't get. You know that you're facing the Super Bowl. Hold on. You were playing the Super Bowl champions in their house. This was homecoming game. Yeah, I don't know what Joseph, I know you're in Puerto Rico. I don't know where you grew up and stuff. But the way homecoming works in most high schools is you make sure you put the slump buster out there. You play the worst team possible for homecoming because you want the easy victory. You heard everybody and their mother, hump, and sister, including Vegas, who literally gave the Cowboys no chance. And they went toe-to-toe with all of that. A quarterback who hadn't played in 11 months, no preseason games,
Alan Williams,
who couldn't even practice. He came out there and threw for 403 yards, 58 passes. He wasn't allowed to throw 58 passes in practice, including warming up.
and he ran too.
Okay?
And he
now,
ran.
you're going to go ahead and get on Quentin Bohannon. Okay, fine. He's had one professional game, son.
He's a rookie.
Rookie, 6th-round draft pick.
The defense actually,
You cannot judge a man's career by one freaking game. Okay? Because, see, here's the thing with some of you mother humpers out here. Y'all always ready to go ahead and fire somebody. Oh, fire him. Trade his ass. Get rid of... Yeah, you know what? If it was up to you, guess what would have happened in the 90s? We damn sure wouldn't have won shit. Because the first year of Jimmy Johnson, 1-15, fire him. Trade his ass. Get him out of here. Troy Aikman, you mean he didn't get a victory as a rookie? Get rid of that bum. You know... Nate Newton. Nate
Oh, he
the
was in
Kitchen
Washington.
Newton. He was in Washington like Chaz Green. Like Chaz Green, guys. They said you're fat. You're slow. You can't make it, son. Ice up and get on out. They took that guy. And guess what? He became part of the anchor of the defense. Excuse me, the offensive line. So you got one game of a rookie going against the Super Bowl champions with his eyes wide open. Okay. And mind you, it wasn't like Tampa Bay ran for 200 yards. I believe Tampa Bay got like 70 yards on the ground. 70 yards on the ground. Well, I tell you what, Colin, why don't you just find another team? Why don't you become a Tampa Bay fan? Okay?
Like Skip
Because you
Bayless.
know what? Tampa Bay started out last year 7-5. They got their ass handed to them opening game last year.
I think New
38-3 against New Orleans, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was New
that was with
Orleans.
Tom Brady. They got their ass handed to them twice by New Orleans. Spanked. That team right there didn't play perfect every damn game. No, I dare say you're wrong in that one, dude. You are wrong in that one. You know, I tell you what. See, you got exactly what you wanted right now, Colin. You got me pissed off. But it's cool. It's cool. You got the attention you wanted. But let me go ahead and say hello to the lovely ladies. Let me let the beautiful flowers out here just bring me back down to the world. Because I see, damn, Gina, who's wearing a cap. Gina, who's a rose, not a thorn. There's Roland's Review. I believe I saw Bonita Applebaum. And who am I missing? Hold on. Oh, Lola. What's up, Lola? How you doing, Lola? Tay Cowboys. What's up? Michael, who did I miss? Did I miss? Did I say Roland's Review? Roland's Review, also known as Stacey Schubert. What's up? All right. I'm going to come down to earth, okay? Because you know what? We got some of you mother humpers out there who, you know, if we lost preseason games, y'all were mad. You feel just like you're mad right now. You know what?
They actually played good. The defense, how many interceptions did we get?
We ended up getting 4 takeaways on the defense. You ended up
That's
taking.
actually better than when we started last year on the defense.
Okay, you can
We
call
got none last year.
You can call me. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with this. Hold on. Which one? Where is it?
We got zero
Nope.
last
Hold
year.
on. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, okay. Here it is. All right. I know. Stop whining about the officials. Stop whining about the officials. I get it. But I'm going to whine about the officials. Let's take a look at this thing right here. Let's just take a look at this. And I want to compare. I want to show you guys the difference. The difference here right now. Okay? This is, let me flip the camera. This is the no call. Okay? Right? Now look at this. You see right here. They've got their hands and stuff on there, right? Now watch. You don't see that arm extending and pushing him away? You don't did I miss that? Right? That wasn't offensive pass interference?
Yeah, on Lewis. I think it's Lewis.
Oh, look at it. He didn't push off on that? Because here's what gets me. Let me show you another thing. Because, see, this was last year. This would have been a game that actually, had this call not been made, we probably win this one. We end up being tied with the Washington football team. Just pointing it out. That's how close things are. That one play can make all the difference in the world. But take a look at this. Look at this one. You see Jalen Ramsey kind of lock up his arm here, right? You see that, right? You see that, right? We got called offensive pass interference on that. We got called offensive pass interference. Bring it back. It doesn't count. We lose the game. Right? So keep in mind that was a penalty. Keep in mind that they said that was a penalty. Now watch this again. Watch it again. And you tell me. You can't tell me that one of these is a flag and the other one isn't. You can't tell me that.
Well, even the commentators were saying the same thing.
That was
That was offensive pass interference.
okay. That call's not made. You got a chance. You got a chance. Right? Okay. All right, Colin. All right, Joseph Colin. I'll give you some of those games last year that we fell way behind, and you can say, garbage time, whatever you want to. You went toe-to-toe, took the lead at the end of the game, and almost on a Thursday night opener against the defending Super Bowl champions, and almost won. You can say Quentin Bohannon, he's a wasted pick. He was a 6th round pick, dog, in his very first game.
I think he'll be fine. He's
Very first game, going against the Super Bowl champions. Okay. If you want to say, and the funny thing about you, Joseph Collins, is you have yet to say a word about Anthony Brown.
He was a weak.
Not a damn thing, dog. Because if Anthony Brown doesn't give up all that, boom.
But how come?
Different game.
How come everybody else can get? How come everybody else can get AB, but Tony Brown can't get AB? Because everybody else was tackling AB when I saw the highlights.
I don't know. That was just ugly. Now, keep in mind, look, Antonio Brown is a great player.
Yeah.
Okay, Antonio Brown's been doing that shit to a lot of people. However, you know that everybody's going to be going after Anthony Brown. Everybody's going to go after him. Now, I'm going to say, you know what we're going to do? Let me try something new here. First of all, I don't know if any of you guys will even know what this is from, okay? It's from one of my favorite movies growing up. I'm that old.
That's what it's from the Western.
That is the theme from the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's what we got to talk about tonight. First of all, before we get into the good, the bad, the ugly, let's deal with the injuries. Michael Gallup, hurt his calf, out 3 to 5 weeks.
I'm not too concerned about that because
Well,
wide receiver core looked really good last night without him.
The interesting thing is
Wilson looked good last night too in his replacement.
True. Well, the interesting thing is C.D. Lamb and Amari Cooper were targeted 31 times. The guy's got 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns.
I got money on C.D. Lamb too.
So, and again, you got another good receiver to step up into the breach and to be able to be in there, okay?
And Wilson played good too.
That's the first thing right there. Yeah, Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown, they're good. They're good.
In the rotation, they're good.
Joseph, he's got Dak. Listen, he sent me pictures before of his Dak Prescott merchandise. I don't know if he's got multiple personalities because sometimes he's on board, happy about the Cowboys. Then other times it's just like he's crazy and hates everything about the Cowboys. I mean, he literally trashed the team all before the game. I'm like, can we at least see the game? Because I tell you what, if that Cowboy team right there, let's just say it for a second. If that Cowboy team shows up against Washington, who wins?
Oh, the Cowboys.
Right?
I'll still be concerned about the kicking.
Well, no. But do you think that Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Washington offense can keep up with what Tampa Bay just did? I can say, look, the way Tampa Bay's defense is playing, Tampa Bay's defense, Washington's defense, I think Tampa Bay's defense is better. Tampa Bay, that was a hellacious front they had. Their back end is weak, but that front with Vita Vea, I tell you what, right now, Vita Vea, looking at me, he is almost as good my man with the Rams. He played that good. He was that disruptive last night. He was that disruptive, okay? Tyler Baddish worried me, but I'll get to him when I get to the good, bad, and the ugly. If we play like that against the Giants, who gets the win?
We're winning. The defense stepped up. Even Jalen Smith, when he was in the rotation, stepped up.
And didn't swipe.
He was actually tackling.
Okay, all right. If that team shows up against the Eagles, who's winning?
Oh, we are.
Okay.
And we play the Eagles in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So if that team shows up, if that team right there shows up every week, you're in the playoffs. You win the division going away. That team played. You're going to have mistakes. And the thing that drives me crazy, what did Dak tell Bracey?
I'll see you in the playoffs.
Okay, I always love, one of my favorite movies is, Gladiator. Are you entertained? Are you entertained, right? At the end of that movie, at the end of Gladiator, okay, Gladiator, my man, he saves Rome and everything else because he kills the crazy emperor and everything, right? At the end, the brother man, he's got the little figures and stuff on there. And he's putting them in the Coliseum floor. He digs a little hole right there. And he puts the 2 little figures that he has into the little thing. And he covers it over and he says, I'll see you again. And that, my friends, is what Dak Prescott said to Tom Brady. I'll see you again. As in, this shit ain't over. This shit ain't over. That, my friends, is what Dak Prescott said to Tom Brady. And you know what? I believe it. Now, again, Michael Gallup gone for the next 3 to 5 weeks. More than likely won't be back until after the bye week when I think we get ready to play on the Minnesota Vikings in the end of October. Our bye week comes early this year, and then we're going to need to kind of keep going on a run. La'el Collins.
That's the one that missed the 5.
La'el Collins. Oh, boy.
He missed a drug test, but I don't know. I don't know what the policy is for missing a drug test. Is this the first one he missed, or is this his second? Because he got 5 game suspension, and that's not even. I don't say that in the protocols or the rules.
Well, here's what we've gotten. The latest on La'el Collins is La'el Collins didn't take the drug test. Mary Lon, what's up? Joseph Collin, oh my God. if we just hit one of those field goals, we win. Just one of those.
If Dak Prescott would have made
just
the end
one
zone.
of those.
If Dak Prescott would have ran to the end zone.
If Anthony Brown had just not given up one of those touchdowns, we win that game. If the officials literally had made the call,
because they were calling all night,
we would have won the game.
They were calling all night too. The right calls for a change until that play.
He missed 5 drug tests. I don't know about 5. Because I think if you miss once you miss one, it counts as a positive, and they're coming after your ass.
Yeah, as they should.
Regardless, he didn't take the test. Okay, this isn't like where you say I'm not going to take the COVID shot, and they say, okay, here's the rules for you if you're not going to do that. The bottom line is, if you're going to be in the NFL, everybody has to take the drug tests. You do. Yeah, sure there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't just say I'm not going to take it, because the way they look at it is, if you don't take the test, it's a P test. It's not a shot. We're not giving you a shot. We're not injecting anything in your body. You just got to piss in a cup. If you're not willing to piss in a cup, then you can't be employed here. If you're not willing to piss in a cup, it must be because you have something to hide. Okay?
It must be worth a 5-game suspension then.
Joseph, I'm sorry, Joseph. You're getting on my nerves now. Your whole thing, see, you are so laser focused on Dak Prescott that everything else blinds you. You are literally, you're the kind of guy who goes into a house, okay, that's got a cracked foundation, right? The roof is leaking. The roof is leaking and everything else, okay? The floor is sagging. The floor is sagging and literally has a hole that literally is rotted on the floor. And you over here talking about the wrong color paint on the walls. You focus, I don't know why they painted that wall green. That color green is just you're ignoring all the shit that's about to make the whole house fall in. To talk about the paint color. Come on, dude. Give it a goddamn rest, dog. Give it a rest. Ain't you tired? Ain't you tired? Would you rather that, we ended up being like we were last year, where the defense literally was letting people gash us for 60-yard runs?
Takeaways is good.
That we'd have Jalen Smith literally tackling people that have made first downs and jumps up and does the swipe? That literally we would have 5 guys running out of bounds in front of the runner as they go to the house, or Odell Beckham literally runs through there, and we just get spanked and not even competed. Stop, man. Stop. If you really and truly feel that bad and that passionate about the doubt, you need to get another thing, or you need to just stop watching football. You're going to have a heart attack, man, or you're going to make me have one. Well, you know what? Tom Brady may have showed him the 7 rings that Dak doesn't have any, but I can tell you right now, Mother Humper, that every single one of those Super Bowl rings, he had at least the 8th or better defense to go along with it, including 2 number 1 defenses, my man. 2 of them. Okay? Crazy Mark Holmes. Dak can't score in the red zone.
Oh, please.
On it, you know what? I'm done with you, Mother Humpers. I'm just done with you, Mother Humpers. Anyway, let's get back on to the good, the bad, and the ugly. I love it too. Gotta have that little cigar in your mouth. All right, the good. Contrary to the haters in here that are giving my quarterback Dak Prescott a hard way to go, the fact that this guy showed up against a ferocious defensive front that was coming for his ass, we only got 1 sack. We had 1 interception, and that was on a tip pass from CeeDee Lamb. Should have been caught. If that had been caught, that's the first down. The ball keeps on driving. Zeke Elliott, A lot of people will say, man, that dude only had 33 yards, didn't get enough touches. Zeke Elliott sacrificed the hell out of his body, and because of the blocking that he was doing against those blitzes and helping out, it gave us a chance. You know, Joseph, I'm sorry, buddy. I tell you what, man. You need to take a fucking chill pill, okay? I'm gonna do this as a warning to just chill the fuck out because I'm just not in the mood for tonight. I'm just not. I'm gonna put you in timeout, okay? I'm gonna put you in timeout, and when you come back, if you want to be a jackass, then we'll just block you on this one, man. I don't want to do that, okay? But now you're just being freaking insane about it. I know you've been in there when that other channel was up, the Mark Hayton channel. You were in there doing the circle jerks with the rest of them. I know you were. You know, like I said, it's a love-hate relationship. I don't know if you're in the Hawk plan where you lost a bet and you had to come in and troll Mark Holmes like he did, but that's what this really feels like, okay? And I'm just not in the mood for it because you know what? I don't want to have assholes come in and try and bring me down on something that at least you can see some positives. I can see some positives on what we have. I know this much. As much as the defense played, you know, they didn't get gashed. They had 11 guys going to the football. They were aggressive. Anthony Brown is the anomaly on this thing, okay? But you saw Tom Brady at his finest. That touchdown pass to Gronk, that's just like, you know, we married now. We know everything about each other. There was no stopping that. There was no stopping that, man. That was Tom Brady at his finest. Tom Brady won that game. That and the officials, of course, helping him. But that's what you want in football. You want to have a chance in the end. Alan Williams, what's happening? Breathe and calm down. I know we're angry. I wasn't angry. I'm more upset about La'el Collins and losing him than anything else. Back to the good. Amari Cooper. This stuff of saying, you know what, we got to let Amari Cooper go, fuck that. Amari Cooper caught more passes last night than any other time in his career. Amari Cooper shows you why he's worth what he's worth. And the connection that you have between Dak and Amari Cooper is special. It is special, okay? That dynamic's got to stay there. If it ends up being a case of you have to pick between Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, at the moment you got to say Amari Cooper. But we'll see where it goes. I say round one, game one goes to Amari Cooper. Okay, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Tony Pollard looked good
Amari
last night.
Huh?
Tony Pollard looked good in the run game.
Well, he only got 3 carries, 13 yards or something like that.
But he looked good because he's catching those balls too.
Well, see, and this is the thing that a lot of people miss too. The Cowboys, what they were doing, and this was smart. They did run pass options, and most times they just didn't have the running to run. And that's where it ended up being Dak. Basically Tampa Bay was like, we're going to find out if Dak Prescott can beat us or not coming off the injury. And that's why they were like, we're not going to let you run. You got a quarterback who was injured shoulder, coming off an ankle injury. Oh, no.
Dak Prescott was running around the field, too.
Dak was doing Dak, okay? Dak was doing what he has done in the last 6 games, 400-yard plus games in 4 of them. Joseph got rolled and smoked today. Now, especially with our schedule, Derek. Pour me one of those out. There you go, Gina. You know what? I could use a drink, my damn. I'm about to go into Jobu stock up in here. In fact, I think I need to go to the liquor store tomorrow and get some more refills. The defense is going to get better as the season goes on. You have so many new faces, so many young players, that it's going to take time for them to gel. Okay? I know the Joseph Collins out there. I know the Joseph Collins out there don't want to Oh.
Brother got a nice car,
Yeah,
man. Why you
I didn't
got
even
a
have the
car,
sound
man?
on.
I only got one car. Why you got
Damn,
3 cars?
you mean I didn't have the
Bikes,
sound
all
on?
that, man. That, man, that's played
Damn.
out, man. I hate on it till he's totally broke and ain't got nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, that's what real hating is all about, man.
That's what real hating's all about. I know that they don't want to give us. They've already given up the ship. But here's what you're going to see. Micah Parsons got schooled by Tom Brady. Ain't no shame in that game. That mother humper has been schooling a lot of people.
Yeah, it's 23.
But he's going to get better.
22 years.
He's going to get better. I don't know where where Randy Gregory was last night. That was one of those ones that I thought I was going to see more from Randy Gregory. Didn't get it. I have to kind of wonder with Anthony Brown on Antonio Brown the whole time. But then again, the problem is there's so many damn receivers with Tampa Bay. You only have so many guys to go around. And so basically I think he looked at it and said, he's one of my most experienced cornerbacks. I got to put him on there. Because literally, who else are you going to put? Boss Man Fat's injured and not ready. Nashawn Wright's not ready. We ain't got nobody. This is all we got. It's all we got.
Well, then look at the waiver wires.
But if they were any good, they'd be on the team.
Yeah, but there has to be somebody out there better than Brown.
Well, but see, here's the thing, though. Again, you're facing Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have a lot of great receivers, with Evans, with Gronk. Evans was quiet last night.
Yeah, but
they shut him down. Okay, Gronk was still good.
Gronk is Gronk.
But exactly. You have so many people to cover. Eventually, it's like, okay, Tampa Bay, who has a great defense, mind you. Tampa Bay has a great defense, a top 5 defense. And guess what? They couldn't stop Cooper. They couldn't stop CD. You know who stopped CD Lamb? CD Lamb. CD stopped CD. He catches that pass right there. That's a dagger. That's an easy score for Tampa Bay. I can't say that Cowboys were, and I can't say that, I'm not going to sit here and blame CeeDee Lamb, because CeeDee Lamb, when he made that matrix catch last year in the end zone where he's literally laid out horizontal and turning in the air and catches the ball, because he even made up for it with other catches down the stretch. I can't be mad about that. In some regard, I want to be mad at Greg Zuerlein for missing those kicks early, but I actually want to blame the Cowboys for this, because he couldn't kick in practice. He couldn't work out in games. And here it is, you're putting him in here the first game of the week, of the season. That's on them to know that he wasn't ready and still trot him out. And overall, here's we can look at Anthony Brown and say that's ugly, because that was ugly. That was ugly. But I tell you what was bad was our special teams. Our special teams, and I'm not just talking about the extra points. Did you see that?
Drew.
The punter for Tampa Bay get that 65-yard punt, the first one in the game, but the Cowboys defense stopped them, and it goes out of bounds on the 2-yard line? Guys. Wait. The Giants clearly have a better offense than us without Collins.
What?
I said, you know what?
What are you smoking?
Crazy Mark. Okay, okay. Let me clarify something. I am or was known as Crazy Mark in college. My nickname. Got no bones about it. In fact, I'm proud to have that nickname. Okay. In fact, it was probably the best thing that ever happened, because I fell in love with the woman who's upstairs in college. And she was like, nah, bro, it ain't happening right now because you Crazy Mark. And I think had we gotten together then, because we were young and dumb and all that, it wouldn't have lasted. She had to get used to the Crazy Mark, and 20 years later, then we got married. Then we finally hooked up, okay? I'm Crazy Mark. But that motherfucker right there, Crazy Mark Holmes, now that's a real crazy somebody. The Giants clearly have a better offense than us without Collins. Man, I'm sorry, dude.
What an idiot!
That's right. I got him.
What an idiot!
The Giants have no offensive line. You know how bad the Giants' offensive line is?
It's so bad that
They had
Flowers
Eric.
retired.
They drafted Eric Flowers, and they said, "No, dog, you're gone."
And he went to Washington.
Okay.
And actually played good in Washington.
The Giants' offense is so bad that they would look and say, "Hey, could we get Brandon Knight and Terrence Steele, bro?" The Giants' offense is so bad, they signed Joe Looney, and Joe Looney got here and said, I know you offered me a couple $1 million, but you know what? This is some trash. You can't pay me to stay here and be part of this shit right here.
And 2 other players retired.
Come
too,
on, man.
Top of that.
Come on.
Two of the other guys on the offense retired too.
And this is what kills me because Rasheed was quiet last night. Rasheed with this whole thing that I'd take Teddy Bridgewater, trade up Teddy Bridgewater for Daniel Jones, but I wouldn't take Dak Prescott. I said him last night. I said, would you take Dak? No, I don't want Dak.
But Teddy Bridgewater and Daniel Jones are the same caliber quarterback.
I'd take Teddy Bridgewater over Daniel Jones.
I'm just saying, though, they're
Teddy
about the same.
Bridgewater. No. Teddy Bridgewater, actually, when he was in Minnesota before he got injured, he was balling. He was a really good quarterback. He got that knee injury and that changed him. I have not seen Daniel Jones do anything. I mean, dude's wide. I mean, he's got the whole field and trips over his own feet. He tackled his own damn self. Dude has played 27 games and had 29 fumbles. And I think 23 interceptions to go with it. How you do that? He's not a good quarterback. The Giants are not a good team.
We knew that.
Tay, he sat there on my couch. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Did I do a mic check?
Mic sound nice, check 1.
I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot to do a mic check here.
Sound nice, check
Shout out
3.
Michael Anthony Fitness in the house. Reactions. My number one son extraordinaire. What's up, Mike? Rasheed, watching a preseason game, sitting there on the couch.
Yeah, I saw the.
I literally said, because he's talking about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, he good. Yeah, he's balling. And I said, yeah, right. But you would trade Dak Prescott and Daniel Jones straight up.
He looked bad in preseason.
He was like, no, I wouldn't do that. Hell no. I said, seriously, if you could trade Dak Prescott and Daniel Jones straight up. He's like, no, I don't want Dak.
Oh, please.
And then had the nerve to say, Teddy Bridgewater looked good in Denver. I was like, what? He said, I'd trade Daniel Jones for Teddy Bridgewater. I was like, okay, so this has nothing to do with ability. This is just straight up hate then, right? This is just straight up hate. That's all. That's just straight up hate. Daniel, yeah. So Denver goes to the Giants this weekend. Let's hope Teddy Bridgewater look good. I hope Teddy Bridgewater look good. Rasheed was quiet last night. I was surprised. I was like, can somebody check his pulse? Barkley is supposed to play. Okay, so here's some other.
They'll be better with Barkley.
Barkley is supposed to play, but I kind of wonder how long will he play. It's kind of like Carson Wentz is supposed to start this week, 4 weeks after surgery. How long is he going to be able to play? I just don't know because
I put my money on Barkley playing longer.
And I don't put money on either of them being there for very long. But here was the numbers here. Dak Prescott, and I'm trying to figure out,
800 yards between the two quarterbacks.
Oh, it was 783 yards, which is an NFL record. And by the way, Skip Bayless saying, I don't know why the Cowboys are on, because last year when they had Kansas City versus the Texans, viewership was up 20% for this game. This was straight butter for the NFL. They made a whole lot of money on this one. Yeah. Philly, cross your fingers. I mean, you know what? We got to go to a quick commercial break here. I don't often watch Eagle channels, but when I do, I watch Philly 500, so I can laugh.
What the fuck? Wow, that has to be the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. You're gonna take a quarterback in the second round? Are you kidding me? What do you just trade Carson then? Are you kidding me? You just took a quarterback in the second round. This team is so good that they don't need to take. They don't need anything else, right? They're so good. They don't. This has to be for something.
Stay thirsty, my friends, and follow the Jobu Sports Report. Okay, we are back. Okay. Listen, I'm going to say my final words on the game because this is just one of 17 games, okay? One of 17 games. You're not going to win them all. Contrary to Skip Bayless saying that Tampa Bay is going to go 17-0 and then 3-0 in the playoffs, winning the Super Bowl.
What happened last time when the Patriots went undefeated?
They lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl.
That's right, the Super Bowl, because Tom Brady was injured.
Crazy, Mark. So let me see if I get to see. This is why you crazy. The fact that you're quoting something that Skip Bayless had to say. Skip Bayless is the same mother humper who said that they were going to lose like 38-7 and be embarrassed. Okay? That mother humper doesn't mean shit. Okay? If you're really having to quote Skip Bayless, you are literally scraping the bottom of the barrel to try and make an argument. There's nothing you can do with Skip Bayless' stuff. You know, it's funny how he's an expert. Have you ever seen him actually go to a game on the sidelines at training camp? In fact, when you look at him, he kind of looks like a crazy old man right now. Is that just me? Now, see, I am a crazy old man, but he really looks like a crazy old man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he really looks like a crazy old man. So if you're quoting him, you are crazy. Back to, I guess, Joseph Collin. I just put him on timeout. I guess he got pissed off.
No, he's there. He's still there.
Is he still here?
Yeah, he just commented.
Oh, there he is. Probably someone who was not on the radar. Okay. So, Joseph, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it, man. You know, let me make sure, because I hate to make people, become enemies, but if sometimes you get on my skin, sometimes if you married, I was married now, and shout out to Jobu Sports Fan who's getting married this weekend. Shout out to you. But I'm going to say this now, but this will be, my wife is one of those YouTube stalkers. You know what I mean by YouTube stalkers?
Yeah, you're watching and you don't.
They watch and they don't comment. You don't know that they're there. I love you, honey. Honey, you're the sexiest woman alive. Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
Or no.
Here's the thing. I absolutely, positively love my wife. I am so happy that we are married. I was married now. Every morning that I wake up, I cuddle next to her, I rub her a little bit and things like that. That little time in the morning stuff. At night, it's the last face I see. First one I see in the morning, like the sun coming up. I love her to death. But and she'll say the same thing. I don't love every single thing that you do. And sometimes it's just kind of like, see, Joseph Collin, that's what you did tonight. It's just kind of like, you kind of turned my buttons there. It's kind of like, you know what? I just had to say.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
You enjoy. Okay, and maybe you're a better debater than me. Okay, maybe you're a better debater. Maybe a better masturbator. I don't know, but whatever. That's enough for her. Look, they're like, I don't want to hear that. Okay, no. All jokes aside, we're not talking about the Eagles anymore. Chaboom. Okay, that was funny. What's funny is, I think we're going to be okay. We have a lot of winnable games coming up. The next 8 games are all against teams that did not have a winning record last year. We don't face a quarterback like Tom Brady until we play Kansas City. That young defense is going to have some time to gel. Okay? They're going to have some time to get some easy pickings. Now, Justin Hubert's probably the best quarterback we face until Kirk Cousins after the bye week. But that's not Tom Brady. That's not Aaron Rodgers. That's not Russell Wilson. This is up-and-coming quarterbacks. That with not as many weapons as Tom Brady has. That will give your defense a chance to grow, to get some confidence, and be better. It hurts losing Lyle Collins, but we're in a better position than we were last year because we started the season without Lyle Collins. Okay? We had Joe Looney as a center. We lost him, and then we brought in a rookie. Tyron Smith, we only had for 2 games. And then, in case you didn't notice, Tyron Smith had 1 holding penalty. I'm not mad about that one because he got around the edge and he could have jacked up Dak Prescott. Tyrannosaurus was throwing people around like he hasn't in a couple of years. He was throwing people like it was 1999. Like he was in the club. Like he was the bouncer throwing people outside the velvet ropes. That boy looked good. We're in a better position because we got Connor McGovern, who was going against one of the best defensive fronts in football, did pretty damn good. In my mind, I may be crazy, but if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you may want to consider taking Zach Martin and putting him at tackle. Leave Connor McGovern there at guard. Leave Connor Williams at the other guard. And that, I think, might be the best offensive line combination that you have. I know that Zach Martin doesn't like being a tackle, doesn't want to be a tackle, but he's a team player. Put him on out there. Gina Thorne said that fool was going off. He was out there like he meant it. I'll be honest with you, you could see the passion on that offensive line that was there to protect Dak Prescott. They were like, this is our guy. We ain't letting these mother humpers get there. We are not going to let them touch him. He is a good guy. Yeah. I feel good about the team. Okay. We got 10 days to get ready for the Chargers. The Chargers have to come all the way here on the East Coast, play an early game against the Washington football team. Hopefully Washington will soften them up some. They have to fly back home, and we'll be playing a home game in L.A. Crazy Mark Holmes. What do I think about trading Zeke Elliott for some high draft picks?
Why would you trade Zeke Elliott? He was letting him go at the end of his contract.
I don't think you're finding. Okay, I'm not sure that you're finding somebody that's giving you high draft picks. This is a fantasy football for a running back that's at that age right now.
Trade.
And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of the stuff that Zeke Elliott does, which is underrated, was the blocking that he did last night. Without the blocking he did last night, and I know that's a lot of money to be playing for a running back to block, that makes all the difference in the world. Oh, well, Joseph, that was always the case, Joseph. You could say that for most teams if they lose their starting quarterback. Hell, you can say that to some teams that have a starting quarterback. Dude, seriously enough, with refs, this is tradition every first game every year. Now, I'm going to go back to something that Michael talked about a lot last year, too, and the year before that. When we used to have Jason Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
Jason Garrett, the Cowboys were kind of like,
last year.
The anomaly, they were always the exception to the rule. Because when you win the first game, it supposedly increases your odds of making it to the playoffs. But somehow, every time the Cowboys won their first game, we never made the playoffs, which is crazy to think about. Every time we lost the first game of the season,
except last year,
we made the playoffs, except for last year, first year of that year. But last year, you can't really count last year because last year was just a crazy year with COVID. It's just it wasn't anywhere near close to a normal season.
The Browns won the first playoff game. Who knows how long? And the Washington won the division, so it was a crazy year to begin with.
Cowboys are right. You know what? And I agree that Tyler Badish got thrown around a lot last night, but you were looking at maybe one of the best defensive lines in football. They have a bunch of grown-ass men on that defensive line. So I tell you what, I was impressed by the defensive line of Tampa Bay. That's not necessarily the case every week that you're going to be facing a defensive front like that. But before we heard about La'el Collins, knowing that Zach Martin was coming back, I was sitting here in my mind thinking that maybe if Tyler Badish still struggles, what you really may want to consider is putting Connor Williams back at center and keeping McGovern at guard, and then Zach Martin's back. But that's the mute point right now because now we've lost La'el Collins. But yes, Tyler Badish was the worst graded offensive lineman last night. It just was. Do you think the Browns will go to the AFC Championship game this year? It's you know what? I think they're going to come back down to earth.
Of course they will.
I really do.
They got a tougher schedule.
They got a tough division. Although Baltimore's got a lot of injuries they've had early in the season.
Got a tough schedule because their first game is against Kansas City. I think they're lose against Kansas City for sure. That's going to bring them down to earth game against Kansas City.
Cowboys defense was only one starter that started in games won last year. Wait a minute. Cowboys defense has only one. Yeah, and that's why you got to look at this defense and say, what happened last year, you can't count this year. This is a new group of guys, and they still need some time to get together. And you watch, when you play not as good a competition, you'll see them play probably a lot better. What's up, cuz? How you doing, man? Are you ready for your Washington versus the Chargers game on Sunday? I know you are. Back to Philly 500, because I really play that clip because I wanted to actually talk about Philly 500. I'm trying to understand what the hell's going on out here. Philly 500 has been more worried about me and Bad Dog and making videos about that and worried about the Cowboys. He's been all over me about the Cowboys. I'm like, you know your team has a game this weekend, right?
He made only one video about his team.
Right. It's kind of like,
that was it.
Have you stopped doing videos about your team? You're not. I'm like, I literally said to him, I said, you may want to focus on your team a little bit here. He's like, oh, we're winning the division. No, seriously.
Because if we take a nosedive, it's possible.
No,
we're not taking a nosedive.
I'd show y'all, but y'all would end up taking this number and calling him. He said, haha, you mean winning the division? I've never seen a fan base so happy to lose. You guys, you were lucky it was close. Couple of smiley faces. And I said, you're full of shit.
Well, one if it wasn't for our kicker.
And more smiley faces. He said, Dak played great, but what is your coach trying to make his arm fall off? I said, you might want to focus on your team, or have you given up on the season? Oh, we're going to win the division. Hey, I was being complimentary to you and your boys. I thought Dak was fantastic, but your dumb coach is exactly what I said.
Wilson.
To pass happy. I said, what's wrong with your fan base? I've never seen a fan base so happy about losing.
We're happy about our team upgrade.
Todd Wilson! Wilson! What's up, Wilson? How are you doing? Thank you very much for that super chat. We're ready to, it's 10 o'clock. Shit. Time's flying by. You ready to do this drawing, my man? We got to do a drawing for a Joe Barty. Joe Barty. Andrew Alicone made the practice squad. There's an exemption for international players. Michael is doing the drawing. You got to look like, oh, no, not this mother humper. Is it Joseph Cullen? No. Eddie!
We already sent him one.
Eddie B!
Already sent him a trophy.
Okay, pull another one since he's already won one. Pull another one because Eddie's got more shit. His wife's going to be like, you got another one? Who you got? Eddie Bank. Eddie Bank? Eddie Bank. Okay, Eddie Bank, you are the winner this time. Email me at cowboysmark94@gmail. And, of course, we got to send one up to Cowboys up north, too, because he was one of the ones there. So that's actually the list of guys you have. All right.
They're going to have 2 unfinished this weekend.
Okay. Well, yeah, we got to keep on rolling on this. All right, so that's where we are with that, guys. I guess we got all the news covered for the moment.
What about Philly 500? You didn't finish talking about him.
Well, it's just I can't wait. Okay, Sunday. Now, look, I don't know what y'all doing on Sunday. Cowboys don't play. Cowboys will be resting, chilling, getting ready for the Chargers. What we going to do here is we're going to be live streaming starting 1 o'clock. We'll be following the Washington game. We'll be watching the Eagle game with our exclusive Philly Meltdown cam, okay? We'll be giving you updates on fantasy football because we now have the Sunday tickets, so we're going to be watching all the games. And we're going to be kind of like the Red Zone Sports Center meets Buffalo Wild Wings.
And they also have a fantasy channel, too, for NFL,
cool.
too, that you can watch. Keep up with the fantasy.
Okay, so we're going to flow through those 2 games at the same time. And then at 4:25, yes, we're gonna. I'm filthy. Yes, we'll be live streaming. You actually, it's almost like a dual stream because you'll be able to hear Philly 500. He'll be up here where Michael Anthony is, over here. He'll be up here, okay. Screaming and going crazy. He'll be screaming and going crazy, okay. We'll be keeping up with the scores for the Giants, okay, and the the Washington team, and then we'll have Rashid in the house. Hopefully watches him melt down from the Giants. So what we'll be like is Red Zone, Sports Center, meeting at Buffalo Wild Wings. That's what we're going to be. So we're going to be watching all the games, giving you all the updates and stuff like that. And we'll have my man Stuart and Roz checking in to tell you who's doing great in fantasy football and all that. In fact, tomorrow afternoon, 3:30, we will have a Cowboys update preview for Sunday fantasy football, whatever you want to call it. So tune in tomorrow night for that. What else you got, Mike? Are you mad about yesterday?
No, I'm mad about Brown. I'll give a kicker a pass because he actually, he admitted his mistake on the interview. So I mean, he'll be better this week. But Brown, he got to go, but we had nobody to replace him.
You got nobody else to go.
I don't know who's out there on the market either that we could pick up for a couple of games.
Well, here's the thing. It'll be good for us to take a look at what Washington, the Giants, and the Eagles are. And listen, one other thing, too.
2 weeks, you got the Eagles.
I've said this time and time again, and people don't seem to want to listen. Understand, don't go by what you see in September. If you go by what happened in September, Tampa Bay got lit up by New Orleans. They look terrible. You're great at, well, thank you, Resta X. Appreciate that, man. I'm glad you like it. Don't go by what you see the first couple weeks of the season. If we are asked still in October, then by all means, Joseph, go off on them. tell him that I'm an idiot, that I'm a dreamer that was dreaming and everything else. What's up, David Wiley? Man, I'm still full from yesterday, dog. I'm still full from yesterday. Quinn said that man's a starter. But here's the problem, though.
Brown doesn't look like a starter.
He just got, listen, you can't fix everything in 1 year. You know what? Think about last year with all the guys we had at safety.
Brown.
Listen.
Joseph Collins, I agree
If
with you on that
I
one.
tell you what, had that been last year's defense, they would have scored 50 points on us.
Exactly.
They would have scored 50 points on us.
Improvement.
Take Cowboys. He must be doing something special in practice that we don't know about. Or everybody in practice is doing nothing that we've heard of because they're not doing anything. Thanksgiving is when you know. You're right about that. So with that being said, after yesterday's late night, I'm tired. And I'm going to go get some sleep. But before I do, I need to get this.
Cowboys aren't the only Cowboys.
Do you think that New England was a good team last year?
Being honest, the Cowboys should win the division. They have the better quarterback and probably better offense than every other team. But you don't know about Washington. I don't like their quarterback play. But I don't think that any of them are that good. Dak with his shoulder.
Did he just say the Cowboys win the division?
This division. I don't think they're going to Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to NFC Championship game. But I think they could get to the first round of playoffs. First three, yeah. Sean Fitzpatrick, absolutely. Yeah.
Uh-oh, that might be the kiss of death.
June 2nd, man. That's cool. June 2nd, man. Shout out to you.
There you go. That's of course, that's my buddy Philly 500, and we're definitely going to be trolling him on Sunday. So with that being said, I know CJ, you've sent me some, and I've got to get them added to the shots video. But we've sent out a bunch more of you new channel members have gotten some shot glasses. Some more of you have ordered racks and stuff, so you've gotten shot glasses. So please send me a picture of you guys with your shot glass so I can get you added to the video. So get your shot glass ready because the Cowboys will make you drink, and let's go for it. DT, email me again so I can get it to you, bro. DT, email me, cowboysmark94@gmail.com. Eagles has landed. Kiss my ass. Dak has done everything he can on those 1 and 4 starts, man. You knucklehead. You know what? Don't make me have to turn this off and come in there and light your ass up. Good night, everybody. I appreciate being here. Don't forget tomorrow afternoon, 3:30, we will be doing our fantasy football update as well as preview of week number 1 for Sunday. I appreciate you, but it's time to turn off the lights. This party's over.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing.